So do you ever feel like you get to social media and you're just wasting your time? Maybe you get stuck focused on something and you go down a rabbit hole and you meant to spend a few minutes there and you end up spending hours there. What if you had a strategy, you got there, you knew what you were going to do, you got those things done, and if you chose to go down a rabbit hole, it was your choice, right? How would that feel? Well, I wanted to welcome you to Entrepreneurs Take Action. Today on this podcast, we're going to focus on a simple strategy for you to use to get on and off of social media in 30 minutes a day. And nope, it's not going to be a 30-minute video, but I am going to walk you through the steps real quick. So let me go through and share my screen, and so that it'll make it easier for you to see what I'm talking about. All right, so we're going to actually start on Facebook. And I'll tell you that when I get to Facebook, the first thing I do is I look at my notifications. And so my notifications tell me pretty much everything. A lot of the activity is all here, and I can actually set it up if there are things I want to see to make sure that I get notifications for them. But what I do is I start to scan through what has happened since the last time I came to Facebook. So I'm looking for words like mentioned you, like to comment you're mentioned in, invited's okay, people that are commenting on a post that I'm tagged in, liking my photo. I'm looking for specific things like that, right? Like my page mentioned you in a comment, okay? And what I would want to do is I would want to click on this. So Steve Levine mentioned me in his comment here, and I would want to come through, see what Steve said, and so Steve wants me to host a conference on a cruise ship like this. So this would be something I need to respond to, right? This is how I find out what I need to take action on. So I'm looking for likes or comments or mentions or invited me to do specific things that I want to go through and take action on. Okay, so that's the first thing I do is I go to notifications. The second thing that I do is I actually go to messages. And when I click on messages, I'm looking to see who do I need to finish the conversation with. So I need to get back in here and I need to get with Arnetta and we need to finish this conversation, right? So messages is extremely important to me. The third thing is I come in and I'm actively building my community on Facebook in particular. I'm actually building it on all platforms, but on Facebook in particular, I come to the friend request section. At this point, because I have worked this for so long, every day I get a lot of friend requests. Okay, so I can just go through and decide whether I'm going to take them, confirm them, or delete them. For you, if you're not seeing at least 5 friend requests a day, your object should be to go out and find 5 people to connect with. The way you could do that is really pretty easy. You know who you're looking for, right? You're looking for the people who would be possibly ideal clients, the people who would be colleagues. They have communities that are similar to yours. Maybe they can put you in front of those people that you're going to learn from, right? So the easiest way to do this is look for people that have something in common with you. So I'll take this post, for example. So Steve Levine, and hey Steve, hope you're watching the video. Steve Levine owns a magazine called Small Business Today magazine, and out of Houston, Texas. I do a lot of work with these guys. I love them, and Steve and Barbara. And so, he mentioned me in this post. There are other people that are commenting. He's got attention of some people. So maybe I come in here and I look at Susan Mitchell-Repka, and I see that Susan works, she's an independent ambassador for Plexus, whatever that might be. And so I decide real quick would I want to be friends with her. Now, I happen to already be friends with Susan. But if I were looking for other people to be friends with, I'd be looking at so here, look at Tammy Downey. Tammy Downey and I are not friends. See how it says add friend? I can come in. She's on the Women's Council of Realtors. I could go in and look at her profile if I wanted to. I make some pretty quick decisions on friends. I look at their picture and I look at what they do, and then I click on add friend. And that friend request was sent. That simple. I want you to find 5 of those a day. Okay? So those are the main things that I'm looking at on Facebook in particular. I could go click on my profile and different things like that. What you will see is that any activity that happened here, I was actually notified of in the notifications. So if I go look at the notifications, then I can respond and do what I need to do. So you would spend more time on Facebook. I just did this in a couple of minutes to show you. You would spend time interacting with those. The other thing is posting on Facebook. I want you to be posting something every day. So that's your fourth thing to do here, is decide what it is you're going to post on both your personal profile and on your fan page. Could be a blog post. You'll see 2 hours ago we posted my podcast that's on my website. We posted some information about a book launch that we're doing with Ivy, right? So what is it that you're going to post today? The other thing to know is that if you don't have anything of your own to post, you can go post from someone else's information, right? Share something that someone else did. Go to one of your favorite blog sites and share one of their blogs. Get on your timeline and hit share on something that one of your friends or mentors or clients have done. Okay, real easy for you to add content every single day. Be sure that you're adding something to Facebook every day and friends to Facebook every day. So there you go. Let's jump over to talk about Twitter. So when we come to Twitter, what I do is pretty much almost the same thought process. The first thing I'm looking at is notifications. I come into the notifications and I get told pretty much everything I need to know. Number one is look at all these people who have followed me in the last one was 6 minutes ago, and I can point at Kristen and I can see whether we are friends or not. So I want you to notice when Kristen's pops up, it says that we're already friends. When Lorraine's pops up, we're not friends yet. So I look at it real quick. I look at who she is. Yeah, she looks like somebody I would want to be friends with. I click on add friend. I am now following her. Twitter is the land of reciprocity, so if you want to build your followers, you need to follow people and let them start to follow you, okay? A lot of them will. So the first thing I do is start to look at who's following me. The second thing is who's liking our tweets, who is responding or retweeting us, and then I might say, let's see here, check out my interview on, oh, this is Mark. So Mark was on the Take Action Get Profit show a while back, and he reposted about that. I may want to retweet it, or maybe I'll just respond and say, hey, Mark, it was so great to have you on the show, right? So this is where we find the interactions that are happening on Twitter with our account. So that's the first thing I do, is go to the notifications. The second thing is to be sure that whenever, Twitter is its own unique animal, right? You should be tweeting a lot, at least 8 times a day. And I'll tell you, to do that, to make it easier, you want to use some form of a pre-scheduler. Use Hootsuite. I think we're using CoSchedule right at this moment. Sit down, once a week or every couple of days and just schedule out tweets for the rest of the week. And in between there, a tweet goes out and you can actually be actively tweeting throughout the week. If we look at my tweets, for example, when we click on tweets, you'll see everything that I have tweeted. And a lot of this is, this is a retweet of something that I saw that was great. And some of this is us pre-scheduling what we're tweeting, okay? So I want you to look at pre-scheduling a lot of it in case you don't get here, but if you're on somebody's blog and you're reading and it's great, hit the tweet button. That's a tweet for you for the day. If you've written your blog today, hit the tweet button or go out and put the URL on Twitter and share that content. Start to build those communities and those followers and your following, who you're following and your followers, right? So there's the quick down and dirty on Twitter, and obviously there's tons of other things. There's strategies that need to be put in place. But if you said to me, Michelle, I need to know, what do I need to do when I get there? Again, if you're not having people follow you, I showed you what to do if people are already following you. If you're finding that people aren't automatically following you because you haven't been doing this long enough, Do the same thing I told you a while ago. Look at the interactions, see who's interacting with your stuff. Are you friends with them already? Are you following them already? Go hit the follow button. Let me just show you real quick. If I go back to notifications and I come down and Simone, we're not connected, but he retweeted something that I did, right? So I can click on connect if I want to. Okay, that's simple. I want you to find those people every single day to add to Twitter. Last but absolutely not least, we're going to jump over to LinkedIn. And on LinkedIn, pretty much the same process. I come in, I look at the notifications, and I start by looking. So Christy Hastings shared my post. I would want to click on this and go in there and thank Christy for sharing my post. I'm not friends as per se or connected to Christy on LinkedIn first degree, so I may want to send her a friend request, right? That's one way for me to add friends on LinkedIn. So I'm going to go and I'm just going to look at all the notifications and see what happened and who's talking and who do I need to respond to, who endorsed me for skills. Maybe I need to go in there and endorse Bellany for some more skills, right? First thing, notifications. The second thing is, again, to look at messages and what's going on and who's saying what and how is it going, right? So we want to look at those messages and respond. The third thing is for us to be posting on LinkedIn. You'll see we use our blog posts a lot. We do a lot of posting on LinkedIn. We do a lot of it through Pulse. If you haven't had time to play in Pulse, I recommend that you do that. You can come to Interest and then Pulse, and you'll see a button here that says Publish a Post. These posts, we've been using Pulse now for a couple of months. These posts are getting really great traction. So I want you to take a little time and come in here and look at this, because again, we've got to look at what are you posting today on LinkedIn. And so it may just be that you're sharing something somebody else did, or you're sharing a quote or something like that. But if you want to put a post here on LinkedIn, they are giving them a lot of traffic. So you could take your blog post and upload it here as an actual LinkedIn post, okay? Instead of it connecting to your blog, you can also use your blogs straight on your profile, still upload them into the news feed, right? Just like normal, coming in here and clicking share and update and put your blog URL in there so you can share that. Let me see if there's anything else I want. Oh, the other thing I want to say on LinkedIn is that each day you should come in here and you should look at some of your groups and what's going on with those groups. So they moved the button over there. So you want to go to groups, and then you're going to look at which groups are you actively participating in, right? Which groups are you connected to, and what can you post in there today? What can you comment on, or what can you hit the like button or share on? You don't have to spend a lot of time there. Find one group a day to go interact in, and then you'll see that everything will start to build. That's where your connections come out of. They come out of your groups. They come out of your posts. Okay? Let me just check and make sure. Adding the contacts, I've already talked about it. Every single day on every single platform, you should be adding contacts. My goal is 5 a day. That adds a lot of contacts in the year if you're consistent. So there you go. I don't know how long the video has been, but I guarantee you it hasn't been 30 minutes. Now, I want you to think about one more thing, and that is that remember, your audience is unique to you. Not everyone's audience is the same, so you may be on some other platforms. You can see that I pretty much do the same thing on each platform. What you need to determine is, what is your number one platform? Where are you spending the bulk of your time? And so if you had a 30-minute window and you found that your community was mostly on LinkedIn or was most active on LinkedIn, maybe you want to spend 15 minutes on LinkedIn and split Twitter and Facebook up into maybe 10 minutes and 5 minutes, right? So I want you to be very strategic about the way you do this. And but you don't have to let social media take over your life. You can control it. You can use it the way it should be used. You can use it to build a massive business like I have. And then when you want to, you can go play on it. All right? This is Michelle Sissom saying, be decisive. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.